Today we will recap a thriller movie in which a husband takes revenge on his cheating wife and punished her. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. The movie begins with two lovers, Tom and Emma. While Emma gazes out of a window at the city, Tom confesses that he has been thinking about her. They share a drink together, and Tom expresses his love for Emma. However, Emma has decided to end her extramarital affair with Tom. Tom desperately pleads with Emma not to end things between them, and asks to see her again the next day before she leaves. Unfortunately, Emma declines his request, explaining that it's her anniversary. The following day, Emma visits her husband Mark's office. While there, she notices her old case file and begins flipping through it. Eventually, she comes across a photo of the man who robbed and attacked her. This discovery triggers anxiety in Emma. Mark sees the photo in her hand, and advises her that it will only worsen her anxiety. Curious about the file, Emma asks Mark about Bobby's file in his office. In response, Mark reveals that he is revoking Bobby's parole. As Mark and Emma are leaving the office, they coincidentally encounter Tom in the elevator. Tom happens to be Mark's subordinate and also Emma's lover. Mark introduces Tom to Emma, and despite the tension and suggestive exchanges between Tom and Emma, Mark chooses to disregard them. Later, the couple celebrates their anniversary by having dinner together. Since it's their steel anniversary, Mark presents Emma with a steel and diamond necklace as a gift. In return, Emma surprises Mark with a pair of Super Bowl tickets, which he dislikes. Mark helps Emma put on the necklace and wishes her a happy anniversary. While at the restaurant, they witness a couple getting engaged, and Mark remarks that the girl is very happy, like Emma used to be. In the restroom, Emma encounters the same girl who is crying. Emma takes a moment to speak with her and offers reassurance. Emma explains that accepting a marriage proposal does not mean she is obligated to marry the person. Emma advises her that there are always options in life, and encourages her to consider what truly makes her happy before making any decisions. Following their dinner date, Mark surprises Emma by blindfolding her and driving her to their secluded lake house. They spend the remainder of the evening reminiscing about their past experiences together. Upon arriving at the house, Emma takes off the blindfold and discovers a letter addressed to her on the table. Alongside the letter are wedding vows, indicating a romantic gesture from Mark. Intrigued by the hints he has left throughout the house, Emma follows them and eventually finds Mark waiting for her in their bedroom, holding a bottle of champagne. Mark expresses his desire to restart their relationship. They then begin kissing each other and clapping each other. The next morning, she discovers herself cuffed to Mark. He gives a quick glance at Emma before firing a bullet into his head. In a state of panic, Emma pushes Mark's body off the bed and falls beside him. Desperate to free herself, she frantically pulls on the chain that has her cuffed to him. After briefly calming down, Emma gathers her wits and drags the lifeless body towards the landline in the room, hoping to call for help. However, to her dismay, she discovers that the phone is not in service, adding to her already tense situation. She then attempts to shoot the handcuffs with Mark's gun, but it is out of ammunition. In anger, she pushes it under the bed. Then she drags the body to the closet. She discovers a wedding gown and a large locker in the closet. Emma begins dragging the Mark's body with the help of her wedding gown. When she tries to pull him down the stairs, he trips and they both fall. After dragging Mark downstairs, Emma discovers her phone submerged in the vase, indicating that Mark has apparently thought of everything. Emma eventually finds the car keys. When she finally gets to the car, she notices that the petrol tank has been emptied, and that Mark has left her a recorded message, which plays on the car stereo. Emma discovers that Mark has pre-planned everything. In the audio, Mark informs him that he is aware of her and Tom's affair. Emma comes back and washes blood from her face. After seeing it in the mirror, she tries but fails to remove the necklace he gave her. Emma then goes to the basement to cut handcuffs with the help of some tools. However, she discovers that Mark has removed all tools and sharp objects from the house. Emma drags the body up the stairs in an attempt to escape the situation. She hears a car outside and someone approaching the front door. When she hears a knock, she quickly locks the door. She discovers that Tom has also arrived. She lets Tom in, and Tom tells her that he received messages from her phone number, asking him to help her. Emma informs him that she did not send him a message, and explains what happened. Tom informs Emma that the DA has raided Mark's office, and that Mark is facing several counts of tampering with evidence. Then they both realize Mark has done everything he can to exact revenge on Emma. Tom and Emma see another car approaching, and he tells Emma to stay inside. As the car approaches, a man named Jimmy approaches Tom, and claims to be there to repair a broken pipe. Tom offers him money to leave, but Jimmy insists on entering and using the loo. When Tom asks him to leave, Jimmy's brother Bobby comes out of the car and attacks Tom. Bobby is the same person who assaulted Emma 10 years ago. Bobby enters and takes a look around. Emma recognizes him as the attacker. Bobby mistakenly believed Mark was compensating him for his time in jail, and he hired them to rob the lake house and assured him there were $200,000 in diamonds in the safe. After noticing the mess in the bedroom, Bobby discovers the safe. Emma comes out from hiding from both of them, and Jimmy notices the bloody trail in the house. As Emma drags the body to the boat shed, Jimmy reluctantly follows the trail. Emma uses the boat anchor to separate herself from the dead body of the Mark. Suddenly Jimmy arrives, but Emma hides in the boat. Jimmy looks around and, upon discovering the dead body, runs toward his brother. When they both return to the shed, they find only the body. Emma is hiding under the boat, listening in on their conversation. Bobby suspects that someone is present there. After some time, Jimmy informed Bobby that a combination and the creator of the lock's fingerprint are required to open the safe. They have Mark's body to use for the fingerprint because he set up the lock. The combination codes, however, are still missing, and Emma is the only living person who knows them. Bobby informs Jimmy that they must locate her in order to obtain the safe code. Meanwhile, Emma begins walking towards the garage with the petrol from the boat, when she is nearly caught by Jimmy, who is heading to the shed to retrieve Mark's body. Emma begins to refuel the car. Bobby follows her when he hears something in the garage. Emma hears him approaching and flees. Bobby notices the refill setup, which leads him to believe Emma is here. As she runs to the house, she almost gets caught by Jimmy again. Bobby informs Jimmy that Emma is still alive, and that we must both locate her in order to find the locker's password. As she enters the basement, Bobby follows her. Bobby is in the basement, Jimmy is in front of the door, and Emma is trapped between them on the staircase. As they approach her, she pulls them away by activating the car alarm. Outside, the brothers argue, but Bobby convinces Jimmy that they should finish the job, and informs him that Emma is most likely still in the house. Jimmy remains on the ground floor while Bobby checks upstairs. Bobby follows a sound he hears in the attic. Suddenly Emma hits him and Bobby falls down. Jimmy hears them and goes to find Bobby, where she hits him and locks him in a room. Emma rushes outside to Tom's car, but Bobby catches her. She is able to make a brief phone call to the police. Bobby knocks Emma unconscious and he orders Jimmy to bring the body upstairs. Bobby chained Emma to Mark's dead body once again. When Bobby asks Emma for the password, she says she doesn't know the combination. He beat her and torture her. Then he tells her that the combination is the day Mark proposed to her. Jimmy tries to persuade Bobby to stop doing what he's doing because he dislikes it. Jimmy aims the gun at Bobby and says that no one should be hurt. Emma and Jimmy agree that she will tell them the combination, once he frees her from the handcuffs. Bobby then drags Mark's body to the safe and uses his fingerprint and the combination to open the door. Unfortunately, he is unable to locate the diamonds. Instead, all that is inside is a saw with a note directing him to where to look. The note said, "The diamonds you seek lay close to her heart." The riddle points to Emma's diamond necklace, but Jimmy couldn't open it. Bobby proposed severing Emma's neck in order to obtain the diamonds. Jimmy on the other hand tells him not to do such a thing. Both of them start arguing, and Jimmy dies as a result of a minor fight between the brothers. Bobby becomes enraged and goes after Emma, accusing her of being to blame for everything. He stabs her in the leg during their fight. She dodges another stab attempt by picking up a heavy tool and striking him. She flees, and Bobby follows her again, but this time he is the one bound to Mark. After Bobby falls down the stairs, she runs to his car. Bobby is hit by her car as it approaches the garage. She loses control of the vehicle and collides with the boat shed. Bobby follows her and discovers her dragging herself onto the ice. Bobby follows her even though he is carrying Mark's body. They fight again and she stabs him, but the ice breaks and they all fall into the freezing water. Emma tries to run away from him and eventually stabs him in the eye. She then swims up and attempts to reach the surface, but the ice is too thick. She eventually finds a way out and gets to the surface. In the final scene, Emma, who is out of breath, pulls off her wedding ring and rolls it into the water. She notices police sirens in the distance, and the movie ends here. So this was the story of the film Till Death, released in 2021. If you like the story then do watch the full film, and if you want to watch more such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel. See you in the next recap.